Well, it's 9 p.m. and welcome to your Living and Change discussion series here on WQGX Pine River Project Talk 920. And to our nearby and faraway listeners over the digital airwaves, thank you for choosing the night air on our YouTube connection. Tonight's session will have 3 segments. Let's begin.
Do you remember the first thing that somebody taught you when you were small? And it doesn't have to be the first thing, because I can't verify it.
I was like, how to walk now. I think it was my grandmother teaching me how to cook. I can remember I was about 5 when I had like memories of that. But I remember her teaching me how to make some dishes from where she was from, Cape Verde. And I still carry that to this day. I don't make them regular like I want to. I just got back into making certain things. But that's it's a fond memory that I had.
So 5 years old, and she had you in there. What were the things that you could touch?
Not the stove? No, I'm just kidding. Well, like stuff that I didn't cut anything for sure, but I had a fond memory, and I still think of it to this day when I teach my daughter things. The patience that she had showing me, and that within that patience was the love that she had showing me. So even if it was sitting on our front porch and we were, snapping peas, she always had a song that went along with it.
Oh, really?
She did.
Of snapping the peas?
With me, and it would rhyme with my name and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's where I get that singing part from, always constantly singing. But it was stuff that I could do. So it was never the frying of the stuff. It may be dipping or helping.
Yeah.
But it was, I think that's where my passion turned into like why I like to be creative in baking or in treat making or doing anything like that, because it started with my grandmother in the kitchen.
And that's your dad's mom?
Yeah, my dad's mom.
Yeah. How long did she live?
I don't know. I think 70 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, 60 something or 70.
Do you know how old she was when she moved from Spain?
I don't. She was in Portugal. I don't know. That's one part that actually, to be honest, I'm looking into that side.
Oh, okay.
Because I've always known my grandpa's side of the family, the Puerto Rican side, but the Cape Verdean side, I didn't really know. I just knew some dishes. So I always would confuse like, oh, my grandmother's Puerto Rican too, because she would also cook the Puerto Rican dishes. But I'm like, wait a minute. No, there's a whole nother side. And if I look at I want to do like one of those testings to show, what is what. I know my cousins have done that, and they said that they're more Cape Verdean than they are Puerto Rican, which is weird to me because I've always thought of myself as a Puerto Rican woman, and not that other side of me.
That's interesting. When did you know, I'm an adult now? What was the first thing that happened that made you aware?
To be honest, I didn't move out of my house with my parents until I got married. And that's when I was like, I'm an adult. Because when I was growing up, as long as I was living, by principles and doing what I was supposed to do, I wasn't expected to be an adult, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a job, I chipped in, but I wasn't expected to. I didn't have to. So I think when I got married, I was like, I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
Like I have to really do adult things. I have a husband, I have to clean and cook and, work and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. If you go from your parents' house to now your house, that it's quick.
Right.
Yeah. What about something that you learned about yourself? Your latest revelation?
I think I learned that I'm very strong. I would go through things in my life not thinking about, we all go through experiences and we're just going through them. Like we're just living in that experience. We're not thinking about the future of that experience. We're just living in that now part, but thinking of everything that I've gone through in my life up until now, how strong I am as a woman to be living in this world and being able to take on so many different responsibilities and wearing so many different hats, not only raising a child on my own, but taking care of a mother and a sister and doing that on my own. I realized how strong I am. Maybe not so patient because I'm always working on that, but having that strength. So when people would tell me, wow, you're strong, I'm like, no, like this person over here is strong. Like they just went through a hurricane, but we all have our little quiet strengths and it all adds up to a strong person. So I think I realized that not too long ago, like, I am a strong person. Like all this stuff that I went through to get to where I am today, to be happy and living in my purpose of what I'm supposed to be doing, has molded me into the strong person.
Of realizing it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because whatever it is that we think about ourselves comes from when we were little. The same way we thought about ourselves then is the same way, unless we stop, or when you take inventory. That's when you realize, wait a minute, and you go, oh.
And who really takes inventory? Like for me, I'm always so busy that I don't even stop sometimes to take the inventory of all the stuff that you were just saying, until recently when I made myself stop and think about all of the stuff. And not just the selective.
It seems like, because I keep trying to talk to people, especially in here, because it's what's going on with me. Light bulbs are coming on, and I'm not even trying to get them. They're just happening. And I'm getting a lot of, and then after that, some of it is kind of annoyed and angry because I go, how come I didn't know that before? How come I didn't realize that before? And so, but I guess this is the time of life to have that. What is your relationship or passive thoughts of your own mortality?
What do I think about my own mortality?
Do you think about it?
I don't.
What?
I'm just here.
Oh, man. I'm thinking of it almost constantly.
Yeah. I think because I'm older, any kind of whatever that happens, I'm like, is this the last is this going to be, is this it?
Yeah.
Of course, in my faith that I have, the comfort that I have, it's not so worrisome, but because my dad died in his 60s and my grandfather died in his, like he was 60 and, but I also have a grandmother on my mom's side that died in her 80s and my mom is 80, so I'm like, I don't know, where do I fit into that?
She's like, I'm getting 70 probably.
72, like 70.5. But I try, sometimes I'll go to bed, like, man, I might not wake up. Or if my head is hurting me because I get migraines, I'm like, man, is something going to happen? And I've had a conversation with my daughter, like, hey, if something happens, I want you to do this, this, and that, or you this goes to this person, or you go through these clothes over here, or just something. Yeah. So it is in my mind. Yeah. It is there, even though I said I don't think about it. But I mean, right. Because you're older, when we're younger, we're just out there, living our best life, we think, and not thinking about it as much.
Oh, I thought about it.
Well, and it depends on who you are, because I didn't. I had, when I say solid upbringing, it was not a bad upbringing, but there were things, but it still didn't make me think about my mortality.
Yeah. Okay.
We're the older ones now.
Yeah. And so I want to not be in fear of it, but I want to enjoy what I can.
Right.
Just interact, connect to people. Because that's what I like and I think is valuable. And I don't know, I don't think there's anything better than that. Whatever else you get to do is even better. And so just whatever it is, try to enjoy it. And then just like say no to things. If you don't want to do it or you don't like it, just say no.
I've come to say no. I used to just always be like, okay, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or I want to do what I can. But in actuality, they're not caring for me if I say yes or no. I have to care for myself and my mental, my physical, my emotional, all that kind of stuff. So I've learned to say no or not even respond more often than I used to. And I think that came with me retiring, and not having to be saying yes all the time to stuff that I didn't want to do. So now it's like, okay, I retired. Now I'm grown. You know what I mean?
Now I'm an adult.
Now I'm an adult. Now I can right. So it wasn't when I got married, but now I can do what I want to do and not have to say yes or no.
Yep.
Yeah, I can be selective.
How long total have you been in the optical field?
I would say about 8 years, and consistently the manufacturing side of it, just been there the whole time.
And then always like the same thing?
Yes. So I came into manufacturing, so, I'm in the back, but occasionally getting pulled out to, help dispense, help do repairs or just, support the retail floor. Throughout the years, I've been like an understudy under other opticians in the lab, especially. So just processing lenses in the store.
That's a significant time, I should say, for doing any one thing.
I definitely agree. I've always been the type of person to think that you stay at a job as long as you can, and that tenure and that dedication, it means something. And I'm super loyal, so in that 8 years, I've worked for 3 different retailers though as well. I spent the most of the time at one, which is who I'm with now. But throughout all those different retailers, working in that same lab manufacturing bubble, it's been great. I've been working under licensed people and just people who go hard, and they are very big rocks for the store. Their knowledge and manufacturing skills, they're able to help out in many ways. Honestly, I just been learning from them the whole time and just supporting them. And honestly, I think that's what's kept me throughout the years in it.
Okay.
Just because I've stayed in that manufacturing side. There's only so much. You bust it out, you work hard, you get good results, you're consistent, organized, clean, you're good. And it's pretty simple that way.
Even when I was in school, in the classroom, you do, I guess, like a little bit of kind of the gambit of what surrounds glasses.
Oh.
So you have to do so many adjustments to frames. You have to do frame selection. So you have to learn faces, and you have to match it with your classmates. You do certain eye tests.
I like that.
With each other. So it just kind of rounds it. And then you have to make a pair of glasses full on. So cut it, get the lens, get the prescription, and cut it. You have to do like that one from start to finish. You have to do that whole thing. I think it was at least once. I don't know if it was more than that, but I think it was once, because you had to make your own prescription.
Wow.
So I did it once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did it once. To talk with somebody who's done manufacturing, worked in a lab, worked on different machines. What about your life before? Because I just feel like it's a thing where like you like to do something tangible. What is in your life before that you think was good or made? Yeah.
I've always been the type to scramble to get done whatever I needed to get done. When I first started, I let them know I had no idea about any kind of optical stuff, but I'm a hard worker, and I will learn, and I'm moldable. That was my key word, moldable. I'm moldable. That's what everyone kept telling me, and they liked that. They needed that. They had stacks almost to the ceiling of jobs that needed to be done when I came in. That's me. I can help. They're down. It's a perfect opportunity to come in new. If I start trying to do my best and learning, I'm going to be good help. And I was. But really, it was just my knack for wanting to work hard, prove myself. And in that space, the place I started at, their need was for manufacturing, but I could not tell you if they needed any salespeople. But I could tell you I was not looking. I was not looking for any kind of selling position.
You can't mold me to sell though.
No, and I knew that, and I was that way early. Honestly, so to answer your question, I never really liked selling. Mm-hmm. And so when I came into looking into my job working in manufacturing, what pushed me towards that is my natural inclination away from selling.
Oh, so you kind of had a two-part thing.
You are tuned in, Pine River Project, Talk 920, WQGX.
I can help you get this done, and I also don't want to do that.
Yes, definitely. Like, I'm dedicated to this, and I'm willing to pour into this. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely just kind of like process of elimination.
Okay.
And I was like, no way. Just because before then, I was just a hard worker. Whatever I needed to try to do, I was just try to do it the best I can. So learning whatever I had to do to manufacture, it was just going to be like me learning anything else, whatever other job. Just because I was really just looking for something better than I was working in. I was working in the school district as like a yard supervisor, so I helped put up the tether balls and stuff. But it just wasn't making enough. So for me, I just had to look for something else, and it was starting something new for me. So I knew I had to come with the energy to learn and try. And then the only inclination I had was away from selling. So then it pushed me towards the manufacturing aspect already.
Yeah. It does split. This field, it does split. It's like you're going to do this or do that, unless you go private practice or specialty. You know what I'm saying? Which is still like private practice. So like, what you would just be doing testing.
Right.
If it goes more specific, you're going to be more into the terms, definitions, diagnosing, being a part of that thing, which that's what I thought I was going to do.
Oh, I see. And honestly, it's still the same kind of split. Honestly, just because, that store might not necessarily have a choice for you as far as terms of, providing solutions for patients and then manufacturing it. But just simply working for them, that is the choice right there. And it's not easy either, some of these places, they have lists of labs that they have to send product out to. And that means, okay, what diameter do you need? What coatings do we provide in this lab? Okay, what's the time frames on these ones? And I could definitely see that being difficult though, but it comes with its own problems.
So I have worked with my hands, but small things, I don't really dig that.
Small things like what?
Little screws, little stuff. Oh, like I don't.
Nose pad repairs.
Just like that's not where I want to be. So think about like a watch repairman. I don't know, probably those people that be putting together those boats inside of a bottle.
Oh my gosh, I'm not doing
that's
that. What I
don't even
do.
know. Oh, you want to see?
I love that. I love that. I want to start my own glasses repair business and solder the glasses back together
inside of a bottle.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you. Okay.
No, I do want to make my own little ship in a bottle, though. On a side note.
Okay.
But I do want to work more with screws and helping repairs and soldering and helping bring things back.
Well, that's a business, dude. Because where I've worked, there was only one in town that I knew of, and I was in different areas of the town, and they were talking about the same place.
It's a money. Let me ask this: Why don't you like working with the small?
I don't know.
Tedious stuff.
I don't know why I don't, but it has never felt good. I don't enjoy it, and it doesn't. It gets like it'll frustrate me.
Oh wow!
And my hands sweat. So I can't even get good at it.
That's annoying. Honestly, I don't know. You gotta wash your hands, man. I'm just kidding.
I wash them.
My hands sweat as well too. I don't know what it is now. Maybe I'm more confident now. Sometimes I gotta put on gloves.
So you sweat because you're nervous? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because you get tense and you're starting. No, my hands sweat because I woke up.
Because you're just aware and up in the day.
they just sweat.
Oh, that's not gonna work. That
yeah,
sucks.
I just don't.
Oh, dude, I start stressing out if my hands start sweating when I work because I need them not to sweat.
It's over. And it's over.
Yeah,
so I can do like woodworking, like framing.
Oh snap!
I'm all into that.
Oh wow!
So my hands can sweat all they want. It don't matter. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's just gonna dry it out.
You know what else? I know how that would. Even machining, anything that's like that, I'm not into it.
You're not. What makes you feel that way?
Just not. I think it's just I'm naturally not into it.
Oh.
And I naturally like cutting wood. I like the smell of wood, screwing pieces together. I like making boxes and
But
and
you like use an electric buzz saw, right?
I like all that junk. I like cutting angles and making it fit perfect. I like all that junk. I like that.
What about this machinery don't you like then?
I don't think I don't like it. I just think I just realize it's not my thing.
That was Kings of Leon, Revelry, Only by the Night, and the label's Rock Solid Records in the years 08.
When it came out, I didn't hear it when it came out, I guess, because I probably heard it a couple years later. So I was about 30 when I heard it. And I didn't know that band by name. I remember this local band, they did covers. They did a couple other songs off of this album, and I was like, oh, I like that song, but I didn't know who it was. So when I heard this, I had kind of stumbled across the album. I used to listen to music intentionally a lot and just go play the whole album.
Oh yeah, I do that.
And I was like, okay, so that's their name. This was one of the songs that captured right when I heard it.
Yeah, I had to like look up the word revelry, and like,
okay,
it's like oh my gosh, I got it. Hold on, I forgot.
You're gonna look again.
I forgot.
While you do that, let me adjust this.
Lively and noisy festivities, especially when those involved drinking a large amount of alcohol. So kind of like that escapism, like wild parties.
Yeah, not how I live, but been around it, been in the scene of that. But you probably can understand the difference between feeling and doing. So just because you feel something doesn't mean you should do it. But a feeling can be very strong. It's like force. So you had looked it up. I normally don't do this, but I had to pull it up. The actual lyrics. Did you hear anything that kind of stood out in the lyrics where you go, okay, I get it, along with the definition?
A little bit. It seems like, if I got it right, he's like trying to escape like the idea of like someone, like, I don't, yeah.
It's kind of, kind of two parts, one verse and the next verse, but then just like what he is, like he knows it's in him, because the way he goes into the chorus is, he says all the while. So something is happening, or life is going on, or there's a certain type of relationship that's here, or maybe I should be focusing on something else, or maybe I should be putting my energy here, but this is what I want to do. This is what's inside. This is what I feel like.
He just wanted to do that, and only did that.
And then how would you describe the sound?
It's very, sounds like it's time, but it's very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because it seems like.
Well, it's kind of like one of those songs are like reminiscing.
Yeah. You mean like for the listener?
Yeah, for like the listener.
Okay. Yeah, because it seems like he's still in it.
Yeah, no, he is.
Yeah, when he's right. Yeah,
I'm talking about like the instrument.
Yeah, and that is, I get that too. I can go back, 15 years or so. I felt that same sentiment where it's like, okay, I'm doing these things in life that are necessary or whatever, but this is what I want to do, and then do it. And now it's such a look back for me. There are things that you really enjoy, or they're very either stimulating or like adrenaline like, and it doesn't feel like you'll ever not want that. There are things that you don't do anymore, or that you stop doing, or that gets to be too much to do, or you see the damage it does and you go, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to change habits or associates or surroundings, but you can do it. And then when you do, however long it takes, you don't miss it. You don't miss that revelry.
Yeah.
You know, it only takes trying. Not it only takes trying. I'm saying it only gets done by trying. But you know, we all have.
Yeah. And it sounds like it's kind of like that, like aerial perspective that you were talking about earlier, of like a time that you used to be in, that kind of like outside perspective instead of being in it again.
Yeah, and it stays at that distance. And it's interesting to see others do it, and you go, I know what that is. I remember that. And then you just keep going. you know, keep moving, you know. My mental state / emotional state when I heard it, I was, I think, the very beginning of building myself back up, building my person, because I was at the bottom. Just intentionally trying to reconstruct or something.
Yeah.
But it felt like being new. I have to be new. Like I can't like restore a car.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't about restoring what I was.
Yeah.
It was
yeah, like shedding your old skin and then
build
like,
it up.
just,
Yeah. So it's so interesting that that's when I heard it, and that's what I was dealing with.
Yeah. And it's definitely like special connection with certain people. Like it depends on your personal experiences, obviously, how you interpret it. Some people, this may be, you know, their wild party song that they just, you know, love for that reason, but you loved it because you're leaving that lifestyle behind.
How does one thing can do two things?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. This is, I would say, a 2 for me for nostalgia. It's interesting because nostalgia to me seems like a pleasing word. Is that how you hear it?
Yeah, it sounds
a pleasing
nice,
term,
but it's the feeling itself is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have to look it up. So maybe it can be both. But I feel good. I like the song still. I love the song. It still feels good.
Yeah, I like it too.
You know,
I've never heard it before. I've heard other Kings of Leon songs, but never this one.
Yeah. I can also say 3 because I can use it if I want to feel a certain way. So I'll say 2 and 3.
Okay.
And then these guys, I like that they their albums have different sounds from each other. I know that they have other stuff that I could put on this list too. So when I first heard it, I think it was in my soul because I felt like that's what I was. Like I felt like it was a description of me. I mean, I guess it still is, but also like in my head. I'll say head and soul. So I dabbled with the drums and I want to go back to, you know, like as a regular. And this is one of those songs where I'll sit there and just listen to that. You know,
yeah, the technical.
Yeah, and try to visualize it, I guess. Does it feel like flying?
I can see that. It does feel like that. It feels kind of like being on a long trip. Nostalgic sound to it, but like still kind of like tinge of bittersweet. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, it does feel like that. You know, it feels like dream flying. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Even in that dream, you're not supposed to be flying, but you are.
Yeah.
That's what that feels. That's what it feels like. I don't know if I ever.
I get what you mean.
Tried to, but yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I like that. I like that band. You know, they're family, right?
No, I've never.
So I believe, and I don't mind being wrong, but I think 2 of them are brothers.
Oh, really?
And then another one of them is their cousin, and then the other one of them is somebody that grew up with the brothers. Something like that.
So they're close. They're close.
Yeah, their whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not just like random people who like picked up a flyer and they're like, all right, yeah, join this band, dude.
We hope you enjoyed the night air with us. Come back and join us next time. Until then, keep living in change.